Hello, Internet. Welcome to Making Money. My name's Eric, and this is your Daily Dollar, our financial segment where I give you one financial lesson every day. Boy, has it been a long day. I am so tired. It is very late, but I am going to use what I've been doing most of the day as our lesson because it is something that is chewing up a ton of my time, but it is something that's very important, and it is something that could potentially be very helpful for your financial journey. So today's lesson is learn Excel. I have been working on spreadsheets all day, and I am just mush at this point, but I can say that when it comes to my personal financial goal, I am using Excel to keep track of a lot of my expenses, my budgeting, my investments, tons of stuff. If you can get good at Excel, spreadsheeting in general, that doesn't necessarily have to be Excel, Google Sheets, whatever the place may be, do it because it can be super helpful. Basic formula knowledge to pivot tables to even getting into like visual basics. This is like, beyond what you really need to do, but even just learning how to work in Excel, just basically working in Excel, how to set up tables, how to set up, layout information, can be extremely helpful. So today's lesson, go learn some Excel stuff. We're going to break this down a little bit. So very beginner level Excel, get into Excel and understand how the system works. Everything's built on, data entry, tables. You can create graphs based on your columns and rows. So get in there and at least understand the basics of that kind of stuff. Being able to visualize data is extremely helpful, especially when you're in your financial journey, working on saving money, investing, whatever it may be. So just simply for this kind of stuff, it's a good reason to learn Excel. Want to dive a little deeper? Start taking a look at pivot tables. You can find a ton of stuff online as to how pivot tables work, how to set them up. Basically, it gives you a little bit more versatility with how you can arrange your data, view your data. They can be extremely helpful, and they can be a little bit more adaptive too. This would be the mid to higher range of of Excel. And then the absolute high end of Excel, if you are a pivot table master, if you're building Excel sheets and you're going nuts and you got all your data spread out so you can see it, the next thing you can really take a look at is learning a little bit about Visual Basics, which is a coding language. If you use macro-enabled Excel sheets, you can actually go into the Developer tab at the top of the page. You may have to set it to be viewed, but if you go into it, there'll be a Visual Basics option, and you can actually go in and code your own sheets. So this is like the cream of the crop. This is like you can basically build whatever you want in Excel, but it can be super helpful, and you can set Excel to do what I was doing today was timestamps. I know that sounds really simple, but basically what it was, when you updated a cell in a different part of the spreadsheet, it pasted in a timestamp, and that was just basically like a stamp. It can't be changed once it's been put in there. It's just going to be there. Much better than putting like equals cell A2, because if you change cell A2, then you're going to change that cell too. But anyways, learn Excel. It can be extremely helpful, despite the fact that it has basically chewed up my entire day. I highly recommend it. So kind of a weird lesson today. Hopefully this will be helpful. Hopefully you can go learn some things. Hopefully knowing a little bit more about what Excel has for functionality will help you understand it too. We talked about being lifelong learners. Go check out LinkedIn Learning. They have tons of lessons on Excel. You can also find a ton of stuff just on YouTube searching around. So do that. I hope you guys like this lesson. Very simple today, but hopefully it's helpful. As always, feel free to subscribe if you're enjoying this series. I'm interested if you guys are using Excel. Are you Excel masters? Have you never picked up a spreadsheet before and you want to know a little bit more? Feel free to leave that in the comments. You can always hit me up on Twitter. You can find the link in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another financial lesson. All right, guys. See ya.